So welcome back to another episode. So today we got some parts. I got my third shifter, which I hope finally fits. I never seen these like ends before, so something new for me. So we'll try to install this shifter today, and I got new clutch with the flywheel. So previously I think it was dual mass flywheel, so right now we're putting single mass flywheel. Not sure how it will hold, but like I said, I'm not pushing crazy power. So I'll just bring the old one just to compare how the old one looked like. So this is the new flywheel, this is the old one. It was really bad. And it had little tiny cracks. I don't know how much you can see on the camera. So this is dual mass, this is single mass. Pressure plate is like very similar as well. Same the clutch disc. The old one was really bad. We have the new one. Same with all the bolts and bearings. So the reason I had to get this kind of shifter, because the gearbox I have is very early model. I think it came only in 2000s. It's not the standard OTJ connections. So let's try to put it on, see if it works. So I tried to fit the shifter. So the small one fits perfectly. So bottom one I'm not sure exactly how it should fit. I just put a bolt right now just to hold it. I need to Google to see how it fits, or there is some special bolt. So 3 bolts holds the bracket. So it kind of works. You just need to put it all together, because now it's all wobbly. It's really hard to shift. But should do the job. So this is the old release bearing. This is the new one. So it goes on this part. So the gearbox looks really nice and shiny. So I think we have to clean this one as well. So I just washed the gear shifter. I never expected to see gold color. It previously was all black and dirty. So I start mounting shifter in the car. So I have to extend these holes slightly to the left and to the right, because it doesn't bolt on right like perfectly. So I have to just tiny bit grind it. These two, I have to make new holes in the body, which I'm gonna do right now. I'll show you just in 1 second. And I'll have to split this box in it. And I have to put, I think, double longer bolts. I'll explain you when I'll split the box apart. So this is underneath the car. So 2 original bolts in here, one here, one here. So I have to make another 2 new ones. So one here, one here. So inside the car, using the drill, I just made 2 new holes. I had to chop a little bit the carpet to make it fit. So let's open the box and put longer bolts inside. So to open the box, it should be very simple. All we need is just a flathead screwdriver and open all these tabs. So we can see all the bolts underneath. So what I have to do right now is just use the hammer and bang them. Just like that. So I came up with something with this. 2 long bolts, like I'll put later as much as I need from the inside as well. Just washer and bolt. So when we put underneath the car, we can adjust like how tall we need, like how deep. Because if you go all the way to this part, the cables will touch the body, so it's not really ideal. So that's why you have to leave some space. So that's what we have here, 2 bolts sticking out. So I'm gonna put 2 nuts and I'll cut as much as I need. Then that's it, job done. So we got a little package from Epitech. What I got today is the slave cylinder for the clutch, or master, I think master. The braided line. So one end is to the cylinder, the other one to the clutch on the gearbox. It will go in there. So I ordered 3 different pieces. So the cylinder, the little adapter, and the line. I will attach pictures from their website, which ones I ordered, if anyone interested. So like I mentioned previously, this is the hole to put the cylinder in. So this plastic piece should click in the pedal. You won't be able to see right now, but it should just click in there in the pedal. And 2 screws holds it. Just like that. We need to find some pipe to connect both here. I'm not sure how much you can see it, but that's where the cylinder sits. So we have to put 2 bolts to hold it, and the white plastic piece should clip in the pedal. So the cylinder is bolted in. Now we can fit the line. So this 90-degree bend should go on somewhere here, and the other end will go on the gearbox side. So I'm just gonna leave it like this right now because I'm not sure where I'm gonna put. I need to fit the engine first, so then I can move it all around and just fit nicely. So I'll just leave it the way it is right now. So I just got this little nipple, so now it's open. So we just need to find the pipe. Just like that. I put these 2, so just to be safe, I just put them in, just in case it will start leaking or something. So the next step is I need to figure out how to put this engine mount. It should bolt on. There's one hole there, one hole here. So basically these 2 bolts holding the starter motor. And it should bolt on this engine mount, but this engine mount is from Mark 3 Golf, not Mark 4. So it's a little bit different. So I think I have to cut these 2 off, make the hole open, and put a little bit longer bolt, and just bolt on the end, so it will hold all together. So this is the old starter bolts. So basically to fit this engine mount, I couldn't use them anymore because they're way too short. So I came up with something with this. So I found longer bolts, went all the way through the engine block, and put nut on the end. So this original engine mount had bolts welded on, but the bolts are too small. So what I did, I just chopped them, made a bigger hole, and put long bolt all the way through. I had to take filter off because otherwise there is no space to do. There was also one little bracket here for coolant pipe, but I don't think I'll need this later. So I had to change the strap because the old one is like really bad. I found a much thicker one. So this is the way I'm trying to lift up the engine in. So it's holding. So let's see how it goes. So the engine is fitted. I had to do some modifications to this engine mount. So the hole was closer to the left. I had to drill new hole to the right, but just make a tiny bit bigger. But now it all fits. So the only concern I have right now is this. I'm not sure why it's sitting so close. I mean, maybe there is some massive cylinders, like smaller ones, and I need to Google. Or maybe I can just grind it a little bit. Because right now there is no chance to put the like cover on. There's a lot of space on the back. I fitted gear selector just to see if the gear is going in. Fitted clutch cable. So that's it for this episode. In the next episode we'll try to fit all the accessories around the engine, and hopefully for the first step. See ya.